Paying more than $1.70 a month for home service? Magic Jet for just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. You're now getting over 250,000 new customers a month. Because we give you free local and law business, your own phone number, voicemail, and direct assistance. Make us your new phone company or add a second line to Magic Jet. It's $19.95 a year. Get Magic Jet. How can you tell when a company or a whole industry's about to turn the corner? Where's the big looking for that company's prospects are improving? You need to know how to estimate the situations and find the truth. When it comes to turnaround, whether we're talking about retail, housing, technology, commodities, resorts, or wheel makers, then few things are more important than inventory. That's right, inventory matters in a huge way. And that's even more true when credit is tight. This is a lesson that my dad taught me when I was a kid. But I didn't realize just how far-reaching the implications were until the credit crisis set in, and it became harder for companies to borrow money than at any other point I've ever been in my 30 years as an investor. When I was a little boy, my dad was taking me to what he called the place. That was his warehouse, where to this day he sells wrapping paper, boxes, plastic bags, 500 joint boxes, 2.2 by 12 shirt boxes. He would always work impossibly hard for Christmas season, and sometimes he was one of the places to be able to Christmas. And it's been 7 years. I'm sorry, 3 weeks trying to stay straight to retail to make the holiday paper with, and we're not going to
You see, maybe not. Maybe the voice behind this camera invented the next big thing. Maybe two.
My father would sit there and patiently explain to me what he described as the most important thing I will ever need to know about business. That inventory has to be financed. You gotta finance inventory. You gotta pay the banks. You have to keep credit to keep inventory. The new business has enough cash on hand to pay for excess inventory, and now you have to sell this Christmas paper for much less than imported for, simply because he couldn't afford to finance it. Until we did, he couldn't bring in any Valentine's Day paper, or wedding paper, or Easter, or Mother's Day paper. Any business is not a provider. Any company with inventory faces this exact same dilemma. If you want to know when an industry's going to recover, if you're looking for fodder, you need to work for companies that are working off the equivalent of my dad's
Wall Street, capitalism, we know it, it's in its infancy. The internet changed capitalism, you don't even know it yet. You see, maybe not. Maybe the voice behind this camera, it invented the next big thing, maybe two. You would never know. Because part of the next big thing is a new thing in human thought. The advancement of minds thinking in concert, in common cause. On a war for people, for prosperity, not a war of greed. Wall Street, capitalism, we know it, it's in its infancy. The internet changed capitalism, you don't even know it yet. But these are not the end of time that you'd have us believe. Some of you may be waiting for Jesus to swoop in and save us from this calamity. I pose this as an alternative future. God taught us. Jesus, as our only Messiah, taught us through his sacrifice how to save ourselves. I pose this for your consideration. When we look back our history of big things. Two of the greatest big things were created in that first third of time. The first third of all time of man's big things. That first third of time that occurred prior to 130 years ago. Thousands of years, and yet little progress compared to now. But now is our time of arrival to the final decision. For Jesus showed us we could sacrifice one life for all humankind. Who among us would not sacrifice our lives to ensure prosperity for future generations for 999 years? Who among you will have your name remembered and put in this book? The question that Jesus created in his sacrifice, the question that threaded through the Hindu Bibles, through Buddha, who may have taught Jesus, for all we know, and through the prophet Muhammad, who accepted Jesus as Messiah and warned in the 10th commandment, for if you kill, it's as if you kill all mankind. God created a game for us to learn one simple lesson. We win together, or we lose alone. We live as one for each other, or we die in war and we never get off this planet. Why would a crazy old radioactive mind use YouTube before YouTube even existed as his bully pulpit to tell you the truth? Why wouldn't he just bring you these big things? Why wouldn't he shout it on the rooftops? Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Maybe you'd understand. We highly doubt it. What a simple question. Why must we bail out Detroit in a broken model? We are capitalists. We know how to do these things. We put them in our own hedge fund. The hedge fund of the people, and we restructure them. And we buy up all the car companies in the world, and we make people's car, and we create our own form of competition, where we always win the game because we own all the sides. Trickle up economics. You hear about trickle down? I said 3.5 years ago, what about those dead pools of capital? Chasing the 10-year below 3%. While corporate America pays more junk bond rates to be financed if they can. God gave me a gun, and it's pointed at your head, and you're using it. You're using it